The other thing that you find on him is a coin. Looks to be made out of a silvery metal. On one side, it has a circle with 8 spokes.
Chaos!
On the other side, it has an elegant but hermaphroditus figure.
I toss that to the cleric and ask him if he can make anything of it.
I'm tempted to dodge the coin for fear of touching it.
But you don't know there's anything. You don't know there's chaos on it until I throw it to you.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
What do I do? Do I have to make a particular check?
Okay, you catch it. You recognise the symbol of chaos immediately. Whether you drop it at that point, I don't know.
Shall we roll for which side he actually sees first?
Okay.
You roll it since you tossed it.
Yeah, I flicked it. Okay, what do you want me to roll? Just the D4?
Roll just the D2.
Just the
On
D2.
one it's
Okay.
chaos, on 2 it's the other.
Roll D2.
Blacker.
Okay. There's an oddly attractive, as I said, you can't really identify sex particularly, figure. Very entrancing. Can you make common law ecclesiastic roll?
Reluctantly, I will. Modifier?
Because you're up close and personal and have seen some other things. Plus 20.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's strangely alluring, but it has some of the symbology around the figure has something in common with the symbols you saw on the bodies of the thugs.
Can I make a, based off of what the Inquisitor told us, can I make an assumption that it has to do with Slaanesh?
Yes, yes. From what you know of Slaanesh, yeah, this would be a good representation. And as you turn the coin,
no, it's a goddess of pleasure or god of pleasure, and so it's you can make assumptions based off of that.
Yeah. And as you turn the coin over, you see the symbol of chaos on the back. Well, Chaos United.
At this point, I drop the coin hastily.
Okay.
I look at you. I grin and say, "Problem."
You scum. This. Why is such a heretical object in the shrine of the Emperor?
Okay, that leads me to my second question. If I perform a perception check, can I see if there's anything different now as to when I was last in here, other than the bodies and the blood and everything?
Yep.
Okay. Any modifiers?
It'll be an awareness roll.
Awareness roll. Okay.
Okay.
I have that checked. So rolling against 32. Any modifiers?
Plus 10.
Plus 10. Nope, I have never seen this room before.
There's more blood spatters than before. You don't think they were there before. Beyond that,
I'm sure this body wasn't here before.
yeah. Or at least he was vertical before.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, Brother OhmA, looking back to records, you see, starting about 24 hours ago, you see a meeting in the room where Miss Dread, Mozgus, and Eva currently are. Eva talking to the guy that's dead on the floor at the moment, and one of the guys from outside in the main area, discussing something. It hasn't got audio, so but you fast forward a bit past that, and Eva leaves. Initially, it looks like there were about 12 staff here, and there are also 10 servitors, which you haven't seen any of. Then sort of you move it forwards slightly. The merchant Domus goes over and studies a crate that's up in sort of this area of the room, if it's going to work. Up in that area.
And that crate is no longer there.
Yeah. And then you see the door open, somebody comes in, and sort of from here and sort of comes over and talks to Domus. Looks pretty pissed. There's a guy probably only about 5'2", but he's sort of, Domus reacts as if this guy is sort of, 8 foot tall. As this guy pokes him in the chest several times, and then turns and walks out again.
Is there any particular interesting characteristics of this guy besides his short height?
Currently, it's only Brother OhmA that can see it.
Well, does Brother OhmA see anything of interest about this character?
It depends. He sees different things to most people because he's a tech priest.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't have anything interesting tech-wise on him.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Domus speaks to his bodyguard, and who moves off and out of the room. A short while later, about 30 or 40 people start filing in. Most of them armed, and start sort of moving around as Domus starts talking. Then the door opens again, sort of over here, and the same short guy comes in. Behind him steps a 7.5 foot tall tech priest with many mechadendrites and adaptations, pretty much all cyber limbs, and suddenly
does he have any distinguishing seals or features or anything?
Make a awareness check.
Where's my awareness? Oh, there it
Should
is.
be the top basic skill.
Okay. He has the symbol of a logician.
A what? Logician, okay.
Logician. And as this guy steps in, Domus sort of shouts something across at the short guy, and all the others start drawing weapons and things, and then the 10 servitors start killing people very quickly, very precisely. As if controlled by this tech priest.
Ah.
A couple of guys follow the short guy in, drag some bodies away. The logician moves up and to where the same console where you are standing currently. Deactivates the force shield and activates the lift, and then shortly thereafter leaves. Can you make another logic check? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any modifiers to that.
Nope. You suddenly find your interface is filled with static, and your mechadendrite starts twitching, and you quickly detach yourself as you realise you're being hacked.
Ouch!
That's what you get for staring at mech porn.
Do you make any cries or anything in pain as this happens? Anything that might get us to run into the room?
I don't believe I do. This is still fully under my control.
However, then, as you sort of step back slightly, there is a loud sort of sparking sound as the console in front of you starts to overload.
I retreat as fast as possible.
Okay. There's some nasty smelling sort of broken, burnt plastic and things, but the console is now pretty useless.
Right.
And that happens pretty much as you guys are investigating down below and playing with coins.
Right, so I'll walk over to this room and explain what I saw. I'm not sure I recall everything I saw, but
You're too busy being you're in awe of the logician to remember anything of usefulness.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess if there's anything that you do remember, it's the tech priest.
yeah, definitely.
So
the tech priest and how he was able to control the servitors. And definitely confirming that whatever we were looking for, the thingy, what's the name, the spectral amplifier, has gone down the shaft.
Okay, my question is, given the description of the tech priest that is provided, do I recognise that person, or was that someone I've never seen?
One tech priest looks pretty much the same to you in general. This guy, nothing. There wasn't a tech priest here yesterday.
Okay.
Which, because the servitors were here, but then they might be on loan from the Mechanicus, effectively. Servitors are pretty ubiquitous with the Imperium.
Did OhmA, did you see what the servitors were actually using to kill the people?
That is a good question. What were they using?
Well, many of them were lifter servitors, so they had effectively large mechadendrite-like power claws for shifting large things around.
So they beat and crushed people?
Yeah, they grabbed people quite quickly and easily around the head and sort of crushed their head, very much like Mozgus' hammer, except horizontally. And some of them had other cybernetic systems. One had a rotary saw. One had some sort of energy cable that managed to lance out lightning from one arm. Various methods, and they did get shot quite a lot, but it didn't seem to bother them very much.
They're metal.
Well, they're a mixture of flesh and machine.
Oh,
but
yeah,
the
true.
flesh don't care.
Were there any dead servitors in the main area then, or did they all survive? Alright, fair enough.
I think it already been said that we didn't see any.
No,
Yeah, but I was kind of asking, and apparently my mic was muted, so I had no idea what
okay.
was going on.
Okay.
So about the shock mall, Dibs.
Yeah, I'm not really a melee character, so yeah, I offer the las pistol and the shock maul to anyone who wants them.
I have a hammer. A shock maul would be a downgrade.
And like I said, I take one of the las packs, and I leave one las pack for whoever takes the las pistol.
I
will take the last pack. I need to recharge.
Okay, you may as well take the pistol as well then.
If nothing else, the tech that's left around here, you should offer backup to the Omnissiah.
True.
And the Mechanicus.
Indeed. So the shock maul, I think it was.
Dibs. That's called Dibs.
Wow. Take
Very
it.
much. Yes.
Do you have the shock?
Not yet. Well, keep it in my inventory until we get there.
Okay.
So did the door actually open, or did we just bring the force field down?
No,
The door opened at the same time.
Yeah, force field's been brought down, but there's no elevator there. It's just a gaping hole, as I understand it.
And it's actually gravitational plates that normally move sort of things up and down the shaft, but unfortunately they seem to be offline.
Fantastic. Do we have a rope, or what are we going to do?
What if it's D&D? We don't have rope in the 41st.
No one brought a 10-foot pole.
Okay. Do we have carbon fiber cabling?
I have literally micro beads. We could maybe go down with those. Make a sort of
Micro beads. Are you sure that's not some kind of sex toy?
No, it's a headset.
I think it's basically like a 41st millennium rosary beads, I think. So no.
Micro beads are
You
headset.
might be able to go and get some grav harnesses from the arbiters or.
Exactly. We'll go down to the thing. What I want to do is just make sure that the arbiters that are dead here are accounted for, and then just request some more gear to further investigate. Do we have any inquisitorial rights yet? Can we press for stuff? Can I press stuff now? Check.
Not
Then
currently.
Okay, then we'll just keep it to the standard gear.
A few more arbitrators will arrive over the next hour or so, and they'll do their best to secure the scene, etc.
Could they provide us with ways of getting down the shaft?
Not currently, no.
Before we do any of this, something which I should have done ages ago, I want to check the body of the merchant.
Okay, that's pretty.
And I want to make sure that he doesn't have any kind of documentation that might explain what the hell was going on.
There was the documentation in the writing desk that he got the device from another merchant.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't here when that happened. Yeah, sorry. Can you recap? Just he got it from someone else, but no names or anything.
Yeah, there was a name. It was Crazius or something.
Yep.
Crazius.
And the delivery address on level 900.
Yeah, he was delivering it to Underhive. And Crazius, the other merchant, was a spice merchant who dealt with very rare and possibly narcotic spices.
Okay, so it was device was from Razius, was to be delivered to level 900.
Well, the fun thing is that looking over my notes now, so apparently Pure's mass cultists and the logisticians cultists all are kind of tangled in together.
And who was the spice merchant again?
Crazius.
Crazius. And he was who it was being delivered to.
No, he delivered he delivered the device to Domus, and Domus was delivering it down to Underhive.
Okay. So
Domus does have actually on him a data slate, but it
Sounds
is
like a job
encrypted.
for the tech priest.
It does sound like a job for me. I snatched the data slate away from you immediately.
Haha.
Well, it would have been me that handled it, wouldn't it? I think. If that was on the body.
Right, what's the data slate say? I have some fucking thing that can read this shit.
It make a logic test again. At -20. Okay, this is heavily.
That was before the -20.
Yeah, you might be able to decrypt it, but it will take you some time.
Right.
Put it on one of your spare processors. Just let it run.
Yeah.
Effectively, yeah.
That's how it works.
I will pocket the slates and deal with it later.
Tech priests have multi-cores, don't they?
Nah, that's the advanced upgrade, so he's going on.
Okay, that's not until like level 5. Okay.
He's only running on a Pentium 1 core.
Pentium 3.
So it's 486. I haven't got to Pentium yet.
Hold down.
But yes, I'll actually leave it there. You currently need to go back and requisition grav harnesses if you're going to try and take that route. You need to report anyway. You can gain various bits and pieces from searching the bodies and things around here, although they do seem to have been looted already. In fact, you think some of the weapons that the cultists here were using probably came off these bodies.
Yeah, remember the guy that we interrogated had a hand cannon as well.
Yep.
If anyone wants to take that.
I don't. As much as I'd love to dual wield hand cannons,
you could have a backup though.
I already have a shotgun and a hammer. I don't really.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're at your capacity, I guess.
Well, is there a way that I could get everyone kind of geared up at the station?
You can go and make requests of your commanding officer, Commander Velden. You can have basically some low-level Arbites secure the area and continue the investigations here.
Exactly. Well, it's mainly like to get we're going down there, so we'll need the repelling gear, but also get everyone stocked up on certain items before we go down there. And of course, the whole perimeter securing thing is just the arbiters.
So.
Okay. I do have a quick question. I'm just making sure I get all my ammunitions in order. Las guns. How do the packs on that work? Do I have to completely deplete a pack before I can really put in a new one, or no?
Nope.
So I can just put in a new 30 clip and have a 25 clip in backup. Okay. And I'll reload my.
You can easily get those recharged before the next session.
Yeah, exactly. We can just go in.
So I have an extra clip of.
Okay, cool. In that case, I will increase my las gun to 60.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, if we can go back to the station, I report everything, and then just explain.
Okay.
Next step in the investigation is, did you all sort it out with stuff, and then next session we'll go down with the whole grappling stuff.
Well, we'll start next session with you going to see your commander.
Good point.
And probably getting a new guide or something.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Oh.
What class is what is HairyHeretic playing?
He's playing an adept.
Well, that'd be.
Yay! That's the push, yeah.
So, a lot of the paperwork and so forth, and also adept opens up the path to them possibly becoming psychers later on.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Or not a full-on psyker, but
No, but they can like
Okay,
forbidden lore. Yeah, exactly. They can like forbidden lore stuff thrown at them, don't they?
so how did you find that?
It's good.
They're fucking great, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. I'm still not into this fucking game yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, I must say, bit rusty at the beginning, but like the whole.
It's kind of suited, like the tech priest, like it's kind of aloof.
Absolutely.
So
Indeed, I mean, I sort of try to play the character as I see him, and he's not really bothered with humans very much.
It's you strive to be more machine than man.
Yeah.
And basically, generally how tech priests are considered to get better is they lose bits of humanity, like limbs, and get them replaced.
The flesh is weak, iron is strong.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the idea.
Whereas I'm just I'm from an agri planet, you know, and then I ended up in a trench war with freaking psychic mutants. My character is just like, I have seen the worst. I've seen some of the worst stuff this galaxy has to offer, and
what worse things?
Quite frankly, I don't care anymore.
The other thing that you find on closer examination of the bodies of the cultists, they all have a coin.
They all had one, okay. So the bodyguard was the merchant. Well. And the merchant had one as well, okay. It's not starting to make much more sense now.
So the merchant might have been part of the cult.
Or Preston's
Does the merchant have any tattoos?
No.
Okay.
Now this does... Okay, so the guys that came in and shot... It's going to be really awkward to ask this because obviously I didn't see the video, but the bodies of the people that came in and shot everything up, the guys that came with the Arbiters, are their bodies there as well?
Oh yeah, shit, yeah, I forgot about the Arbiters. Like, would have picked fuse on the Arbiters?
That could have been afterwards.
The Arbiters left.
No, there's 4 dead Arbiters outside, aren't there?
Yeah, that's really... the information that...
sorry, Arbiter. I was thinking about servitors, sorry.
No, the information that Eldest has now, we kind of confirm that we all have this information, right, before we go to my commander.
Yeah.
So, do we have big views of that? That the Arbiters get into the firefight? Or?
No, you didn't see what happened to the Arbiters because they were out in the corridor outside.
Right.
What you can tell examining the bodies closer now that you know what you're looking for, yes, there are 4 dead Arbiters there, the others are cultists.
Ah, okay, cool.
Each of them also has a coin with the symbol of Slaanesh on one side. And
the Arbiters have the coins as well?
No.
Okay.
Cultists have.
Right, okay, sorry. I misinterpreted what you were saying there.
Okay. Not at my house, goddammit. Fucking heresy. That's mine for this.
So I guess the first thing we have to ask your superior is, did you send a group of Arbiters down there yesterday?
Yeah, that is the main question. Like, why were they... Well, basically, what were they doing there? What were the last transmissions? And, well, of course, the whole gearing up thing and what happened down there is the main thing.
Yeah, so just a few questions and things for you to bring up next time.
Things need answering.
Next time on Dark Heresy.
And Ava's been brought back into the fold again and she's not happy about it.
Well, at least you get dental.
We'll out of a crack under pressure. Will Mozgus get to smash more heads in?
Find out next on a new episode of Dark Heresy.